Everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be unboxing something that I got from a company called Mauser's Auction. It's a company based out of Georgia. They had an auction on proxy bid for an FN Model 49 Egyptian contract rifle. Just to give you a quick little background on these. So the Egyptian version of the FN-49 was produced from 1949 to about 1952. This is one of the smaller contracts of the FN-49 series, in which there were 37,602 rifles that were manufactured. It made it the second largest contract. I think the largest one was the Belgium contract at like 80 or 88,000 rifles. But anyway, every one of these rifles were chambered in 8mm Mauser. Additionally, you'll see like a crown on the receiver crest, which signifies those are Egyptian contract. And basically, one thing to note is on these rifles, if it was manufactured prior to serial number 28,000, they did not have the dovetail on the receiver for a scope mount. This one is approximately 11,000 something, so it does not have it. However, it does have an aftermarket scope mount that's been added, as well as a scope. And I believe, judging from the auction and the auction photos, they've removed the rear leaf on the sight in order to mount said scope. So that may be something that I might be getting to add back onto this. Just a quick recap. Or a few more tidbits of information. Let's see. As far as the carrier handles, they were all knurled on these rifles. Trying to think of anything else that distinguishes mine from the rest. Other than that, these were used to equip the Egyptian army. It says that they saw service in the Sinai Peninsula War against Israel in 1956. Withdrawn from service by the mid-1960s and replaced with Kalashnikov. From my research, it says about 20,000 Egyptian FNs were imported into the U.S. and are fairly commonly seen, however, rarely seen in top condition. So what we're going to take a look at today is hopefully one that's in a little bit more top condition. Now, my only gripe is when they shipped it, you can tell the bolt handle probably punched right through here, or something else did. I don't really know what. And then we kind of notice into the box here, there's a small punch in the box there. I don't really know what that's from, but we're going to get into this because I am very curious to see the condition of this rifle. I have no idea, from a bore standpoint, what this is going to look like. Really hoping that it's going to be nice, but we will see. This is one oh boy, the dreaded packing peanuts. This is one that I've been wanting for quite some time. I'm going to step back from the camera for a second. I'm going to stand this box up and pull this rifle out so that I don't make an absolute mess with packing peanuts. So bear with me a moment while I try to get this out of here and not end up with 4 million packing peanuts. Well, it doesn't even matter. Looks like that's going to happen anyway. I don't know why people still use these. I absolutely despise the peanuts. I'm going to set this rifle aside. I'm going to try to keep as much of these back in here as possible because it's just an absolute mess. Oh man, I think they've been taking some cues from how Royal Tire used to do things. And you can see I'm just basically fighting a losing battle and just wasting a bunch of time. Oh man. Okay. At least most of them are out of the way. However, there's still some in the floor. Alright. take a look at this. So it looks like they ran wrapped the crap out of this thing after they bubble wrapped it. Of course, you can see where that bowl handle kind of punched through the packaging there. Kind of disappointed in that. For those of you wondering, if you paid attention to some of my previous videos, I had stated that I had purchased a FN49 chambered in 30-06 from Royal Tiger. Let's just say that rifle failed to live up to my expectations and as it was advertised. So that's why you don't see an unboxing of it. And let's just say it went back. It is what it is. I was pretty disappointed. Just to tell you a little bit of a story behind that. I had purchased it. I had gotten it in. It was advertised as having a good bore. When I got the rifle in, I started doing the videos, did the unboxing, and basically when I took it off camera to look down the bore, I could not even see daylight initially. Now, that being said, was the rifle just like, maybe it just had dirt in the bore, or was it, you know, rusted beyond recognition? I don't know. But to me, if a rifle is advertised as having a good bore, I fully expect to be able to look down the bore when I get it and see if it's got a good bore. So that's just my 2 cents. I will say they were very, was not hard to return it. It did take a while for it to kind of be credited back to my account. But, they didn't hit me with a restocking fee or any of that. I mean, I got a full refund, so I cannot complain about that in terms of their customer service. They're very helpful. I believe the lady's name is Candace. Had no issues whatsoever with her. And, it wasn't really necessarily such a bad experience. I just kind of hate that the rifle didn't quite live up to the expectations. But thus is the case with milsurps. Alright, so here we are. Let's finally get this thing out. This stock looks absolutely wonderful. Sorry, I'm just removing some stuff from the table so we can take a good look at this. Alright. Trying to be careful because this wood is in such nice shape. There's my tag from the auction. The only complaint that I'm going to notice right off the bat with this rifle, you can see, of course, serial number here is it's translated to 11518. Of course, it's made by FN Herschel. I don't know what's up with that. Got a plastic buttstock for whatever reason. Did not notice that in the auction. Looks as though there is a small gouge right here. I don't know if that was done prior to the auction or not. This thing is very heavy, so there is a little bit of surface rust, but it's not terrible. It's not like it can't be, anything can be done about it. Just kind of trying to show it to you slowly. You can see there's a little bit of rust around those scope rings. Don't know what was going on with this thing before. Let's do the bottom side. And you can kind of see some marks here. That's basically from some of the oil and how it was wrapped. I don't know if this thing was refinished at some point. You see it was imported by CAI M49792. I'll try to show a picture of that. But all in all, the stock is in really good shape, other than this butt pad. That's really aggravating. I don't know why that plastic butt pad is there. That is not supposed to be there. Even I know that. But it is what it is. Right now, I'm fumbling with this because I'm trying to figure out how to get this magazine out of here. I believe you have to use a bullet to basically pop this out. And of course I don't have something on hand. So let me pause this real quick. I'm going to grab something so I can pop this magazine out. And we're going to take a closer look at this. Okay everybody, so I found out very quickly some interesting things about this. The bore does appear to be in decent shape, however it is dark. Picture up here in the top left. I'm seriously considering getting one of the $69 replacement barrels that Apex has. This new old stock, if I ever want to rebarrel this thing just to have it. Another thing I noticed, and you guys may not be able to see this very well, you'll see this strange, peculiar Swift scope mount. Now don't get me wrong, it's not a bad scope mount. However, in mounting this, what they did is they removed the receiver cover, and this essentially becomes your new receiver cover. So it is gone. And it's very hard to locate one of them. When they said the rear sight was removed, I was thinking, okay, well maybe they just took the rear sight off of the receiver cover and this thing just fit over the top of it somehow. Yeah, whatever. That's not the case. That rear receiver cover, or the receiver cover, is 100% gone. Now, as a disclaimer, I did get this rifle for, I want to say I paid $1,100. Is that a good deal? I don't know. It's a good question. I do know this is likely not the original stock. The reason I say that is because in doing some research, I did find out that Century Arms did import some of these stocks in the 80s and 90s from, I guess, Egypt. So this is likely a replacement stock. And granted, it is for this rifle. It's just not 100% original as you would see it in terms of this stock because of this butt plate that's on here. I might look into swapping this butt plate out to at least make it look a little bit more original. I'm just not 100% certain yet. But you know, there are you can find some parts for these here and there. It's just they are hard to find. And I just about freaked out when I took the magazine out of this thing because I didn't realize there's no tabs that hold the follower in place. So basically, you know, follower and spring and everything just shoots out. But other than that, it doesn't appear to be, you know, in terrible shape. You know, my one gripe is, obviously, as you can see here, somebody didn't take really good care of the metal, so there is, you know, slight surface rust is starting to form there. Now my one big gripe is when they shipped it, well, you can see that boogered up into the barrel. Thank God that's just the muzzle cover and not the barrel itself, but still it's an aggravation. But all in all, I think the rifle is pretty nice, especially for $1,100. You can't even get one that's been sitting in Ethiopia for the last 30-40 years this nice. So for this price, So, you know, it's kind of a wash. I guess that's the term I would use. Once again, the rifle's in great shape. It's just little aggravation aspects. Like, I don't know if I can find a receiver cover for this thing. I'd love to find the 8mm Egyptian one and put back on here. I did notice Apex had some of the 30-06 receiver covers. I don't know if they're interchangeable. If you guys know, tell me in the comment section down below, because I would love to know. Because if they are, I'd rather, you know, put a 30-06 with the proper Egyptian mark rear sight on here, and get this back to its mostly original configuration. I know I'm kind of strange about things like that, but the stock does look to be in great shape. But, you know, there's a few other things to be desired about it. So there you have it. This is that FN Model 49 Egyptian contract, or Egyptian contract FN Model 49 chambered in 8mm Mauser. Of course, that's a 10-shot mag. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant on what I think about it, especially after realizing the receiver cover is gone. Um, like I said, I have read in many places that if you're ever going to scope one, this is the one you want, because essentially it's held in place by 4 set screws on top of this rail, and there's no permanent modifications that take place to the rifle unless somebody doesn't put the receiver cover back. So anyway, there you have it, guys. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to unbox a couple other actually a couple pistols that I got from the same auction house. They shipped them separately in a different box. But this is my Egyptian contract model FN49 chambered at 8mm Mauser. I just thought it would be a neat addition to all the other 8mm I have, since apparently I'm on a Mauser kick here recently. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for all your likes, all your shares, all your comments, everyone that is a subscriber. You guys definitely help to grow the channel, and stay tuned for more content like this coming your way. Thanks for watching.